Hey, and welcome to today's session. Today, we're going to explore the element of water, what that means to us, what that represents to us, and how we can offer the powerful powers of water into our body. And this is tuning into some inspiration from drama therapy, some inspiration from NLP and self hypnosis. And moving on, we are going to begin with self-attunement, starting from our feet. So we can offer our healing hands to our feet first and foremost. And this is inspired by somatic experiencing therapy, where we are going to deeply check in with our bodies and see where our different body parts are at. And starting with our feet, we can ask our feet what colors would be communicated to us today through our feet. Are our feet feeling green, blue, black, red? What emotions are coming up in our feet? Are they feeling scared or safe? Are they feeling confused or chaotic or grounded or disembodied or embodied? And what sensations? Is it numb or tingly? Is it buzzing? Is it trembling? Is it light or dark? Is it tight or loose? What sensations are coming up in our feet? And then when we're ready, we can attune to our legs. We can attune to our knees. We can attune to our thighs, sensations, colors. If we have associations or memories that come up, if they're positive, we can bring them up and towards us. And if they're negative, we can push them away and down towards the floor. And when you're ready, we can attune to the pelvis and the genitals, which is a loaded area. And if there are any associations or memories, we can hold space and acknowledge them and nod our head and say, I hear you. And if there are any colors that come up, we can acknowledge them, any sensations. And when we're ready, we can move on to the buttocks. And we can move on to the stomach. We can move on to the heart and attune to the heart. We can attune to the chest and to the breast. Colors, sensations, associations, memories. We can attune to the throat and to the voice. We can attune to the shoulders, to the arms, and to the hands. We can attune to the head and to the face. And whenever you're ready, we can now explore the element of water. So I invite you to come to a standing position. And in order to be water, we can now flow into a forward fold inspired by trauma-informed yoga. And we can go up and bounce around and flow around here, depicting the way that water might move. And water always flows downwards, always down towards the earth. And as we take on the character of water, we can explore within ourselves, what does water represent for us? Does water represent life because it feeds all the trees and the animals and the people? Does water represent freedom? Does water represent flexibility because it flows in the direction that it wants to? And it changes so many different shapes. Does water represent power because it creates electricity? Does water represent kindness because it nurtures and helps things grow? Whatever water represents to us, we can acknowledge and take in. And then we can go ahead and explore not only how water makes us move in our body, not only the shape that water takes on, but what form, what body of water would you take on? Would you take on rain? And so with rain, we can change our movement to the pitter patter of going down And would you want to embody rain? Would you take on a powerful waterfall? And maybe that could be your movement, taking on a huge, powerful waterfall. Would you be the ocean? And maybe being the ocean, you can flow all over and have different currents running in different directions. Would you be a river? And with that river, you can go ahead and push the water in the direction that you imagine it's flowing. And how would that look? Would the rain that you choose to be colorful rain? Would it be blue rain? Would the river be a running river with trees and rocks and fish inside of it? Would the ocean be blue or aqua? Would there be turtles swimming in it? And so you can move in a way that your body of water that you choose to be moves. And you can also make the sounds of that body of water, or you can imagine the sounds that it would make. So what sound does the ocean make if you're the ocean? What sound does the rain make if you're the rain? What sound does a river make if you're the river? And how does it feel to be that body of water flowing? And so once again, going back into that posture that you are and choosing the body of water that you are, knowing how you look, knowing how you feel. And so knowing deeply how that body of water looks and feels in your body, we can now say some words of affirmation. So what would that body of water tell itself? Maybe that body of water would tell itself, I am the rain. I am peaceful and I make things grow. I nurture things and I feel very fulfilled and at peace. Or would the river that flows say, I am flowing. I create electricity. I am powerful and rushing and gushing. Or would the ocean say, I am mighty. I am beautiful and I nurture the whole earth. And you can say words of affirmation being that body of water that you are. When you're ready, we can go ahead and hold that feeling and hold that experience of being that body of water. And we can once again attune to our body, and we can ask our body, where in our body would we want this feeling? Where in our body would we want this character and this element of water? And so maybe this element of water I can offer to my head. And so I will now bring it to my head and offer that element of water and that power and that beauty of water to my head. And I can notice how that feels and create deep intention in that space. And whenever you're ready, we can once again tune into our bodies and see if anything shifted, if there's any sense of feeling safer and less fear and less triggered than when we started off. If so, then that's okay, and if not, then that's okay. No judgment. We can also have the invitation that for the rest of the day or the evening, you can notice how feeling that element of water affected your body, how that experience lived in your body, to help reintegrate feelings of peacefulness, of safety, creating a new focus in our body, to help weaken the fearful connections, to help weaken the trauma connections, and weaken the triggered connections by really creating that embodied focus as much as we can on that sense of water coming in and creating a home within our body. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.